All right, good morning, Inspire and Illuminators. It is me, Jennifer Engel, CEO and founder of Inspire and Illuminate. And today I'm going to talk about the power of healthy habits and focus. So, I've talked about healthy habits before and how they can help us through the most difficult moments in our life, as well as propel us forward during the positive moments in our life. But I'm not sure if I might have touched on, but I'm not sure if I've really talked about too much the power of focus. So today's quote was that you can use your time wisely no matter where you are. And for those of you who don't know, my family and I came to Minnesota. And for those of you who don't know, I pretty much go to bed around the same time. It might be a little bit flexible here and there, depending on the seasons of the year. I always say that when the sun goes down, Jen goes down too. So during the winter, I might even go to bed as early as like 6:30, 7. During the summer, I might go to bed around 8:30 or 9. But it's pretty consistent. I go to bed early and I wake up early. And then I have my 3 to 5 healthy habits that I start my morning with. Now, my 3 to 5 healthy habits are wake up, scoop the cat litter, make the coffee, and then in the past, I used it to learn. I did deep dive spiritual explorations of spiritual texts. I moved into scientific studies, and then I moved from learning to writing. Now, you don't have to explore the big questions of the world for your healthy habits, okay? Like scooping cat litter and making coffee is not exploring the big questions of the world, if you know what I'm saying, okay? But the power of healthy habits, as I've said in the past, is that on very difficult days, I found that if I can just get up and do my 3 to 5 habits that I always do, no matter if I feel like doing them or not, by the time I get going, it gives me momentum. And by the time I finish, I start to feel better because at least I did something. So that's the power of healthy habits. They can get us going even on the days we don't want to. They can give us momentum and they can give us a feeling of satisfaction on the bad days. On the good days, they can really boost our momentum. Really get us almost like we're on a bike or a go-kart going downhill, right? On the bad days, we're in this go-kart or pedaling this bike uphill, but at least we're going. And on the good days, it's we're flying that bike or go-kart down the hill. Okay? So that's the power of healthy habits. They can get us up and over the hill, and they can give us a lot of momentum, a lot of power to keep going forward. And that's what I want to talk about next. Whether you're going up the hill or you're going down going down the hill, you always have a focal point, okay? Now, when you're going up the hill, I don't know about you, but when I'm running on a treadmill or riding a bike, I almost have to focus all of my power and energy inward And so I almost like close my eyes or bend my head, and I kind of almost focus a lot of my power in what people call the third eye space, or maybe I focus it on my breath and in my stomach, just to be able to focus that power to get me going up the hill. You know, on horses, they put on blinders and things. Sometimes when we're going through really difficult things, that's what we have to do. Put on our imaginary blinders and our imaginary noise-canceling headphones and focus. Now, the power of focus. You know, I want you to think about, you know, the difference between a flashlight in an open field where the light really spreads far. The light is weak. You can't really see much. It doesn't really do much. But if you compare a flashlight in a field to a laser beam in like a science lab, that thing is serious, right? It has enough power to just slice and cut through anything. And to me, that's what the power of focus can do. Our healthy habits can actually reduce distractions around us. That's another reason why I like to wake up at 3 a.m. No lights, no noise, no distractions, just focus on what I'm doing. And in highest possibility states, I'm also going to have people complete quizzes, either on paper in the book. The next thing I'm trying to work on before we actually officially launch is to get them published electronically so that people can just take it online. And then these quizzes will help people develop focus. It will help people choose what goals and benchmarks they want to work on. Okay? And a lot of people don't know this. I didn't know this until I was co-teaching a science class. I didn't know that the coldest days of the year is actually when the sun is closest to the earth. But when the sun is closest to the earth, the light spreads out like a flashlight in a field, and that's why it is cold. And the hottest days of the earth is when the sun is farthest away from the earth, and that's because its light is focused like a laser beam on us. Okay? And so maybe that analogy, that metaphor, is a good metaphor for when we need to focus and when we can kind of enjoy the whole forest and surroundings around us. Maybe, and I didn't think about this now until I talked about it, the farther we are away from our goal, the more we must develop the power of focus. And the closer we are to our goal, the more we can enjoy the full surroundings around us. I like that. So, what I want you to do is I want you to kind of stop, and I want you to think about what are, and this is what I ask in my book as well, what are your top 3 to 5 priorities in life? What is something you really want to do and achieve? It could be something small, or it could be something great. And then, what daily habits can you put around your priorities, your goal, that can help you develop the power of focus? Okay? And then put those habits and those priorities in place for anywhere from 5 to 6 weeks or so, and then reevaluate. How are these habits helping me focus? Is it making me feel better when I put these habits in place when I'm doing them and or over the long haul? Are these habits giving me more or less energy? Are these habits making me more or less functional over time? Are these habits actually moving me toward my goal or farther away from it? Okay? If you said that they are not helping you, again, you're going to go into, do my habits need a tune-up, a trade-in, or an overhaul? And rather than me talking about what those things are again, maybe I'll just put the link in the bottom in case you haven't heard that before. Okay? And watch that video. So to me, you can make the most of your time no matter where you are. So not only are you going to focus on that goal and focus on those habits, but you're going to continue to do them no matter where you are. Whether I'm in Minnesota, whether I'm recovering from cancer, whether it's an awesome summer day and I have no cares in the world, and so doing those habits is like going downhill. It doesn't matter where I am or what state I'm in, I'm still gonna do them. People ask me that all the time. You still do that even on the weekends? Yeah, even on the weekends. I do my 3 to 5 habits because it helps me focus and it helps me get to where I'm going. And it makes me feel better about myself. And it gives me, not only will it give you more power, like it will give you more power and momentum. Okay? And then maybe I'll also include my video about where energy comes from, so that you can also use all those sources of energy to also increase your power, and to consider using some of those as part of your daily habits. I hope that this talk has helped someone today, so that you can use your own habits, healthy habits, and power of focus to first help yourself and then to help those around you. Because now more than ever, the world needs focus, it needs healthy habits, and it needs you. Peace and blessings.